The world is very large and full of modern cities that grow higher every day, but there are still small villages that are so beautiful that people want to stop for a long time to feel them. These villages are not noisy and not full of bright lights, but they have a peaceful and true beauty that is very hard to find in other places. It can be a wooden village near a quiet lake in Europe, a small village in the clouds on the mountains in Asia, or a fishing village in the deep blue ocean. In these places, time seems to move slowly, and old stone roads, mossy roofs, flower fields, small rivers, and the far sound of church bells make a calm and magical picture. Each village is not only beautiful because of the view, but also because of the culture, the history, and the simple life of people who have lived there for many generations. The journey to discover the most beautiful villages in the world is not only a trip to see the scenery, but also a chance to go to places where nature, tradition, and human feelings come together and give travelers the feeling of touching a peaceful world that existed long before modern life began. Hallstatt is an ancient jewel beside Lake Hallstattersee, where every morning opens like a living oil painting. The wooden houses covered with flowers, built many centuries ago, stand quietly near the great Dachstein mountain and create a peaceful and noble view. When the morning fog spreads over the lake, Hallstatt becomes soft and unreal, and visitors feel like they are in another world. The slow clouds move in the sky and reflect on the very calm water, so it is hard to see what is real and what is only a shadow. The sound of the old church bell echoes in the quiet space and makes the moment feel sacred and deep. When you come to Hallstatt, you do not only look at the scenery, you feel a pure peace that only the most beautiful places in nature can give. Located in the wild mountains of Gifu, Shirakawa-go is one of the most beautiful traditional villages in Japan. The Gasho-zukuri houses, which means praying hands, have very steep roofs made of thick straw, and they show the wisdom of Japanese people and how they live well with nature. In winter, the whole village is covered by very deep white snow, sometimes many meters high, and the place looks like a beautiful fairy tale world. At night, warm yellow lights shine from every window, and the village becomes bright and warm, like a gentle invitation in the cold snow. In summer, white flowers grow on the hills, and small streams run through the narrow paths, bringing a strange and peaceful feeling. Shirakawa-go is beautiful in a very Japanese way, simple, quiet, and deep. Reine is a bright jewel of the Lofoten Islands, where nature creates a beauty that is hard to believe. The red Råbo houses stand quietly near the blue sea, surrounded by very high granite mountains. A wonderful natural picture appears every time the sunrise shines on the snowy mountaintops and colors them with a soft pink light. The sea is calm, like a big mirror, and reflects the whole village, making a grand view that very few places in the world can have. Reine has the clear beauty of the far north, where every wind and every wave carries the pure breath of nature. Colmar is like a fairy tale told by colors. The black frame wooden houses in Alsace style, the bright pastel walls, the windows full of flowers, and the clear canal running through Little Venice make this village one of the loveliest places in France. The smell of tart cakes, the rich smell of wine, and the happy talking in small cafes make Colmar feel more lively. When you walk on the stone roads, you feel like traveling back to the Middle Ages, where life moves slowly in a soft and peaceful way. Colmar is beautiful, not because it is grand, but because every small detail is charming. Giethoorn has a gentle beauty that feels almost unreal. There are no car roads, and the village is connected by canals and more than 180 lovely wooden bridges. The houses with thatched roofs, colourful flower gardens, and small boats moving slowly on the water make the village look like a scene from a European fairy tale. When the sunset comes, the sunlight reflects on the shining canal and turns Giethoorn into a beautiful picture of light, water, and nature together. This place is truly a paradise of peace and quiet. Lake Bled and the beautiful village with the same name are symbols of romantic European beauty. In the middle of the lake, there is a small island with the beautiful Maria Church and the famous wishing bell. Around the lake, there are green forests, high mountains, and poetic small paths. In the morning, soft fog covers the lake, and the church looks unclear and magical, like a story from mythology. In the afternoon, sunlight shines on the blue-green water and makes bright, sparkling lights that are hard to describe. Bled has a pure, gentle, and very poetic beauty. Oya is a place where light and colors come together to make a masterpiece. The pure white houses stand on the cliffs, with blue domes looking over the deep blue Aegean Sea. All these things create the special beauty of Santorini and make Oya one of the best places in the world to watch the sunset. When the sun goes down, the sky changes through many bright colors like yellow, orange, pink, and light purple, and the colors shine on the white walls to make an unforgettable view. Oya is not only beautiful, it makes people feel deeply in love with the place. Goreme is in the Cappadocia Valley, a mysterious land with mushroom-shaped rocks, stone towers, and houses carved deep into the mountains. In the morning, hundreds of colorful hot air balloons fly up together and create a legendary view that makes everyone feel surprised. The air is cool, and the early sunlight shines on the rocks and makes a warm yellow color, showing the great power of nature in this place. Goreme is not only a place to see the view, it is a place where you can feel the magic of the earth. Grindelwald is like a song of mountains, white snow, and green fields. In summer, wildflowers bloom all over the valley, and cows walk slowly and eat grass under the great Eiger mountain. In winter, the whole village is covered with white snow and looks like a perfect Christmas scene. Wooden houses shine with warm lights in the snowy night and give a feeling of warmth, like the gentle arms of Swiss winter. Grindelwald is a place that makes people believe nature can be so beautiful that it touches the heart in a soft way. Alberobello is unique, with hundreds of trolley cone-shaped roofs made completely from limestone. Each house is a heritage with special ancient building techniques, and the village looks like a small fairy world. When sunlight shines on the stone roofs, the lines of the stones become bright, like silver rays. The small winding streets lead visitors through many truly houses, standing close together and make a view that can only be seen in Alberobello. This is one of the most impressive villages in Italy. Hobbiton is a fantasy world that becomes real in everyday life. The small lovely houses are built under green hills, with round doors in bright colors and fresh gardens just like in the movie. When you stand here, the wind moves across the grass and the sunlight shines on the round hills, making you feel that hobbits can come out at any moment. Cesky Krumlov has the classic beauty of Europe for hundreds of years. The Cesky Krumlov castle stands high on the hill and looks over the Vltava river that curves around the town. The stone streets, pastel-colored houses, and small flower windows make the whole village feel like it is telling a story from the past. In the evening, yellow lights reflect on the water and create a romantic view that people cannot forget. Cesky Krumlov is not only beautiful, it feels alive, deep, and full of poetry. Positano is the pride of the Amalfi Coast. The colorful houses stand on the steep cliffs and look over the sea, creating a lively and charming view. The small, steep streets go past handmade shops, and the light smell of Amalfi lemons in the wind makes every step feel gentle. In the afternoon, sunlight shines on the sea and makes the water sparkle like gold. Positano is a perfect mix of wild nature and the poetic Mediterranean way of life. Sapa is a magical land in the northwest mountains of Vietnam. The ethnic villages stand between soft rice terraces and appear in the white sea of clouds, making a strong mountain picture. Each season has a different color. In spring, peach flowers make the mountains pink. In summer, everything is green. In autumn, the fields are yellow and bright. And in winter, the weather is cold with thick fog. The sound of streams, the wind and children laughing, mix with the breath of the mountains and make Sapa a place that people never want to leave. This is not only beautiful scenery, it is the soul of the highland. Rothenburg ob der Taube is a medieval treasure that is kept almost perfect until today. The colorful wooden houses, red tile roofs, high clock tower, and old city walls make visitors feel like they walk into the 14th century. Every street is full of flowers and warm light. In winter, snow falls and makes a shining Christmas view, like a grim fairy tale. In summer, sunlight makes the bright colors stronger and turns Rothenburg into one of the most beautiful towns in Europe. In the poetic land of Provence, Simiane-la-Rotonde shines in the middle of a wide purple lavender field that goes to the far horizon. The old village made of yellow stone stands on a hill, and the small winding roads lead to the Rotonde fortress that looks over the beautiful countryside. Ilulissat is an Arctic village with a beauty that looks unreal. The blue, red and yellow houses stand out on the pure white snow, and far away is the Ilulissat ice fjord with huge icebergs moving slowly on the water. Every day, the Arctic light changes all the time and makes the ice look like living art, sometimes deep blue, sometimes shining white, and sometimes soft pink at sunset. In winter, the northern lights dance in the dark sky and create a view that anyone who sees it once will never forget. On the high mountainside of the Bernese Oberland, Wengen is a peaceful alpine village that looks down on the beautiful Lauterbrunnen Valley. One special thing about this place is that there are no cars, so the air is always clean and the village is very quiet. Traditional wooden houses with balconies full of red geranium flowers stand on the mountainside, and far away you can see the Jungfrau Peak covered with snow all year. In summer, green grass fields stretch under the golden sunlight, and in winter, Wengen becomes a famous ski paradise of the world. Early in the morning, soft fog moves slowly through the valleys and makes a peaceful view that feels like standing inside a giant oil painting of nature. Gordes is one of the most beautiful villages in Provence, standing on a limestone hill and looking down on the poetic Luberon Valley. From far away, the whole village looks like an old fortress built from yellow stones, going up along the mountainside. Small stone streets go around the village and lead to old squares, a Romanesque church, and small cafes full of flowers. In summer, purple lavender fields surround Gordes and create the romantic view that is famous in the south of France. When the sun goes down, golden light shines on the old stone walls and makes the whole village glow like a classic painting. Manarola is one of the 5 famous villages of Cinque Terre on the coast of Liguria. Tall houses with many floors are painted in pink, yellow, orange, and red, standing close together on the steep cliffs above the deep blue Mediterranean Sea. Small boats stay in the bay, while stone steps lead visitors up to narrow streets full of wine shops and seafood restaurants. When the sun goes down, orange and golden light shines on the colorful walls and makes a romantic and magical view. Manarola is not only beautiful, but also has the spirit of Italian sea culture, simple, warm, and full of life. Chefchaouen is called the Blue City of Morocco, where almost every wall, stair, and small street is painted in soft blue color. The village stands in the Rif Mountains and has a beauty that is both mysterious and poetic. Small winding roads go past old houses, where wooden doors, flower pots, and handmade carpets make a very colorful picture. When sunlight shines on the blue walls, the whole village becomes bright and looks like a surreal painting. The air in Chefchaouen is slow and peaceful, and visitors can walk for hours to explore every small and charming corner.
Standing on a cliff more than 400 meters above the Mediterranean Sea, Ise looks like an old eagle nest of the Riviera. Small stone roads go up to the top of the village, where there is a beautiful tropical garden with a wide view of the endless blue sea. Old stone houses covered with purple bougainvillea and roses make a romantic scene that is very rare to see. From the balconies of the village, visitors can see the long and curving coast of the Côte d'Azur far away. Ezi is a place where nature, history, and architecture come together to make a perfect picture. Popeye Village was first built as the film set for the movie Popeye in 1980, but later it became a colorful tourist village on the coast of Malta. The bright wooden houses stand around a small bay with clear blue water and make a happy view like a cartoon world. Each house has a special design with sloping roofs, small balconies, and colorful windows. When sunlight shines on the clear water of Anchor Bay, the whole village reflects on the water and looks like a shining fairy tale world. Gasadalur is one of the most isolated and beautiful villages in the North Atlantic. It is on Vegar Island in the Faroe Islands, and the village has only a few dozen people and is surrounded by high cliffs facing the sea. The most famous place here is the Mulafosur waterfall that falls straight into the ocean and makes a powerful and rare view. Houses with green grass roofs stand on the wide fields, and far away sheep eat grass in the sea wind. The scenery here is wild and strong, and it makes people feel the great beauty of Nordic nature. Hidden in the wild mountain slopes of the Serra do Açor, Piodao looks like a village from a very old time. From far away, the dark gray stone houses stand in layers on the mountainside and make a very rare and special view. The roofs are made of rough stone, and the blue windows stand out on the dark walls, giving a beauty that is simple but full of character. Narrow stone paths go between the steps and lead visitors through every corner of the old village. When night comes and warm yellow lights shine from the stone houses, Piodao becomes mysterious and poetic, as if time stopped in a far century. Hamnoy is one of the oldest fishing villages in the Lofoten Islands, where the beauty of Nordic nature appears strong and clear. The traditional red wooden fishermen houses, called rorbur, stand on the rocks near the sea and look bright between the dark blue water and the white snow in winter. Behind the village are very high granite mountains that rise straight up like a great natural wall. In winter, the sky over Hamnoy is often bright with green northern lights moving across the night, making an amazing and magical view. When the sun rises, soft pink light reflects on the calm water and turns the whole village into a beautiful picture of the Arctic world. Ait Benhaddou is an old fortress village near the edge of the Sahara Desert, famous for its red earth walls and high towers made from clay and straw. From far away, the whole village looks like a giant ancient fortress rising from the dry desert land. Small winding alleys go past old houses, where every step and every arch shows the traditional Berber style. When the sun goes down, orange and golden light covers the earth walls and makes the village shine like a city from a Middle Eastern fairy tale. It is not surprising that this place appeared in famous movies like Gladiator and Game of Thrones. Portofino is one of the most beautiful and famous fishing villages in Italy, standing quietly on the deep blue coast of Liguria. The small harbor of the village is surrounded by tall houses painted in soft pastel colors, like light yellow, pink, orange, and blue, making a very romantic view. Traditional fishing boats and luxury yachts stay together on the calm water. Small stone streets go up the hill, where visitors can see the whole beautiful bay below. When the sun goes down, golden light covers the colorful walls and makes Portofino one of the most beautiful views of the Italian Riviera. Wengen is a peaceful alpine village on a high mountainside looking down on the Lauterbrunnen Valley. One special thing about this place is that there are no cars, so the air is always clean, and the village is very quiet. Traditional wooden houses with balconies full of flowers stand on the green hills. Far away, you can see the great Jungfrau Peak covered with white snow all year, making a wonderful view of the Alps. In summer, Green fields full of wildflowers stretch under the warm sunlight, and in winter, Wengen becomes a ski paradise. In every season, the village has a peaceful beauty that makes visitors feel like they are inside a perfect nature painting. When we look back at the journey through these beautiful villages, we can see that the beauty of the world is not only in great cities or huge buildings, but also in small places where people live close to nature and tradition. From the old stone houses of Piodao, the red houses near the cold sea in Hamnoy, to the ancient canals of Giethoorn and the colorful harbor of Portofino, every village has its own story about history, culture, and life. Small stone roads, mossy roofs, flower fields, and quiet seas not only make beautiful views, but also bring a rare feeling of peace in the modern world. And maybe in these small villages, travelers can truly feel the slow movement of time, the simple beauty of life, and the wonder of the planet where we live.